This week I built an Android application without really writing code. Android Studio ships with a Gemini window now. I described the screens, it generated them, installed the application, dependencies, and the app felt great. I did the same thing on iOS with Claude inside Xcode. The output was genuinely impressive, which left me with one question. If AI can build native applications this fast, why am I still choosing React Native? Here's my honest answer. So every week someone drops this in my comments. Why build iOS applications with React Native that just look like SwiftUI when you could write SwiftUI directly? I get it, I'm a big Apple fan. I want my iOS applications to feel truly native, and I'll admit that I've felt limited by React Native in some cases. The pull toward going native has never been stronger. The tooling got good, AI closed most of the skill gap. But you can sit down in Xcode or Android Studio today and ship something real. That is a reality. So the case for just go native looks better than it ever has. But there's something that take misses. The entry bar dropping doesn't change the multi-platform math. For example, look at what Apple and Google did this year. At Google I/O, Google said all new Android applications should be built with Jetpack Compose. At WWDC, Apple shipped a wave of new features for SwiftUI. But both companies are pouring everything into their own frameworks, and they are moving fast. This is great if you live on one platform, but it's a trap if you need both platforms. Because going native means one or two things. You pick a single platform and pray you never need the other one, or you maintain two completely separate code bases. Two languages, two frameworks, two teams who each have to stay up to date and current. And personally, I've watched companies that leave this at scale. And it's exactly why so many of them moved from native to React Native. Two-codebase is a tax that you have to pay forever. React Native and Expo is the way you opt out of that tax. And with Expo UI, the old trade-off is mostly gone because you can now bring any SwiftUI and Jetpack Compose views straight into your application. And when you need something native that isn't there yet, you write a custom Expo module and tap into it directly. You are not locked out of the platform. You reach for native only when the use case actually calls for it. That's the part that matters. AI is not only making native easier, it's making cross-platform easier too. And it's coming straight from the people who build the framework. Maintaining one codebase across iOS and Android is easier today than it ever has. And pair that with AI and a good engineer, not a vibe coder, and the old two-codebase tax gets lighter every month. So that's the bet I make. One codebase, Expo, AI, and someone who actually knows what they're doing. Now, let me be real with you, and some of you already know this, my own applications don't look perfect on Android yet. iOS gets my attention first because I'm an Apple guy and I can't help it, but the application still works on Android. It's one code base and I can polish it whenever I want. That's a deal I'm happy to make. Now, because most of the world is on Android, if your app scales, you will end up supporting it. Not might, you will. Here's the thing underneath all of this. AI dropped the bar to start down to almost zero. It didn't remove the wall, it just moved it. So if you have no technical background and no real idea what you're doing, you'll eventually hit a wall. Not because the tools aren't good enough, because you won't know what to prompt for. You can have a great idea and still get stuck because you don't know the questions to ask. AI is incredibly good at answering questions, but it has no idea which ones actually matter. That part is on you. And still, even if you don't have experience, go build. Seriously, if you are not technical, open one of these tools, Xcode, Android Studio, or even go to a website and try to vibe code an application. A tip calculator, a silly application for you and your friends, whatever it is, that's the beauty of mobile development, in my opinion. You don't have to build the next big thing to enjoy it. Mess around with it, shape something pointless, and see how it feels. Then you decide if you want to go deeper or not. And if years in the startup world taught me something, is that founders cannot be stopped. High agency people will hit a wall and climb it. They learn exactly what they need, technical background or not. and they get it done. Watching that happening is one of my favorite things. So here's where I'm placing my bets. At the moment, I'm staying on React Native. As Expo, React Native, and all the ecosystem keeps maturing, the native gap keeps closing, and learning it now is one of the highest leverage things you can do to get ahead of where this is going. And by the way, that's exactly why I built my new Expo UI section in my React Native course. It's almost done, so if you want to check it out, the link is gonna be in the description. If you're also building with React Native, hit subscribe, like this video. It really supports me to keep creating content about React Native and mobile development in this AI era. If you're down to watch another video, check this one. I'll see you there.